Hello again. I think that most of us know that when it comes to immigration, we in Britain are the world's biggest mugs. We let all the world and his dog turn up here, and then we give them as much money and as many council houses as they might require. And that's just the illegal immigrants, who are, by the way, a tiny drop in the ocean when compared to those who come here quite legally with the blessing of our government. Take students, for example. Practically every country in the world allows students from elsewhere to study at their universities. It can be a big money spinner for a university. In this country, for instance, foreign students pay twice as much as those who were born here, which is why 20% of university students in Britain are foreign. Of course, this cuts both ways, because British students go off to study at universities in other countries. The United States, for instance. Here's a question. How many of those British students do you suppose that choose to go to Harvard rather than Oxford or Cambridge are married? How many do you think have teenage children of their own? The answer is, of course, very few. I think that the Americans might raise their eyebrows if, after accepting a student from this country for one of their universities and giving the student a visa, the person announced that, "Oh, by the way, I'm married and I've got 4 kids. Is that okay if I bring them too?" It would be a bit ridiculous and it might look like an immigration scam. Of course, in this country, we actually invite overseas students to bring their families with them when they come here. They don't need to be married either. In the description to this video, I give a link to the government website, which is about student visas. We read the following. Your partner and children, dependents, may be able to apply to come to the UK or stay longer in the UK. Of course they may. It goes on, a dependent partner or child is one of the following. Your husband, wife or civil partner, your unmarried partner, your child under 18 years old. Your unmarried partner. This is simply an open invitation for anybody getting a student visa to study in Britain to claim that they want to bring their unmarried partner with them as a way of getting a visa for some random relative or friend. Then we read this. If your child is 16 or 17 on the date you apply, you'll need to prove that they are not living an independent life. For example, they're not married or in a civil partnership. Seriously, how many genuine, bona fide students have 17-year-old children? This is simply encouraging fraud and misrepresentation. I expect viewers would like to know how this is working and the students from which countries are flocking to Britain and bringing their families and friends with them. Will it be Danish students, perhaps? Americans? Australians? French? Why no. Top of the list, to my unbounded surprise, is Nigeria. Since leaving the European Union, the number of Nigerian students arriving in this country has risen sevenfold. In 2019, 8,384 students from Nigeria came to study here. In the 12 months up to June this year, that number had risen to 65,929. It may, of course, be entirely coincidental that this happened at a time when the British government decided to let students bring their wives and children with them when they attended university here. 4 times as many Pakistani students came here in the last year compared to 2019. In the year up to this June, there were 23,490 Pakistani students. All told, over the course of that year, a truly astonishing 487,000 student visas were issued. The good Lord alone knows how many of those Nigerians and Pakistanis will actually return to their own countries. Never mind if they'll take with them their husbands, wives and children. Student visas are a great racket if you want to get your entire family into Britain quite legally. I don't blame people from Africa and Asia for taking advantage of such a scheme. I blame this wretched government for facilitating an arrangement so obviously liable to fraud.